welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title and thumbnail, I'm going to be asking Chat GPT what books I should read this week. So I'll probably read like 2 or 3 books in the next 5 to 7 days, and Chat GPT is gonna pick them for me. I'm a bit nervous, but I honestly, if you know me, I use Chat GPT for everything. It runs my entire existence at this point, so why not let it pick my reads? Hi Chat, what book should I read next? Let's see what they're gonna say. So it says, hey, what kind of vibe are you in the mood for? Romance, fantasy, thriller, or something else? Also, any favourite tropes or authors that you're into lately? I don't know what I'm feeling, you know. Am I feeling a romance or a fantasy? I'm gonna do romance because I have been like reading a lot of fantasy recently. I would like a fake dating, a fake dating romance, I think. Great choice. Here are some fake dating romances you might love. So we've got The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han, The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas, Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams, and If I Never Met You by Vari McFarlane. Please pick one for me. Exciting! Part of me is like low-key hoping it's the Ali Hazelwood one. Have I read Love Theoretically? I've read The Love Hypothesis and I loved that one, so let's let Chat pick one for me. I think you'd really enjoy The Love Hypothesis. I've read that one, Chat. Okay, so I've read that one. Got that. In that case, I reckon, okay, Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. Apparently it is a super sweet, has that small town charm and the fake dating dynamic. It feels natural and heartwarming. Plus the chemistry is chef's kiss. Let me know if you want more options. Okay, thank you, Chat. I'm gonna go and get this book on my Kindle and then we shall start it. I'm very excited. I've never actually read a book by Sarah Adams, so I'm intrigued. Reading update time. Putting my hair up because I'm getting ready to be cozy in bed. So I have, let's boot up the Kindle. I read for a little bit earlier and then I just watched some rom-coms because I was in the mood to, and I watched, I think it was like What a Girl Wants, so it's the one with Amanda Bynes in and not Colin Firth. Is it Colin Firth? Where she moves to London to try and find her dad and he's like this like really uptight politician. I really enjoyed it. So I'm now on page 74 of Practice Makes Perfect. So I'm into the story a little bit, but I don't know too much like opinions wise of the writing. So far it has been fun and enjoyable, but that's kind of it because I've kind of just met the characters and the story is starting to be set up. So we have our 2 main characters. So we have got Annie and Will is a bodyguard for a famous singer. So he has come back to the small town where the singer now lives. I think the singer her name's Amelia and she's from the first book of the series, but I've not read that one. But they're not really, they're just like standalones anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. So he's a bodyguard, super hunky, super hot, the way we like him. He's got this kind of player aura and reputation about him. We've got Annie, who is like the youngest sister of the family and she's very shy. She has so much social anxiety, and I will say that I am really relating to her just because of the fact that there's awkward silence, she doesn't know what to say, it stresses her out, and she's basically at the point in her life where she's wanting to find a partner, she wants to get married. I think she must be like 27 or something, and she has this vision of her parents from when she was younger, or she's heard of anyway, them being so in love and marrying by the time they were like 28. So she goes on a date, goes awfully, and Will kind of saves her from it. And then the way it all comes together is Amelia, who they both have in common. So this is the pop singer. It sounds quite complicated the way I'm saying. I'm probably not doing a good job, but stick with me. Amelia has kind of set it up. So Will is going to help Annie learn how to become someone that's flirty and enjoys dating, and just kind of help her gain confidence in like the relationship and dating aspect. So obviously Chat GPT chose this one because it was fake dating, and I'm excited, to be honest. There are a few cringy moments, but when isn't there in a lot of romance books, like contemporary romance as well? I'm excited to see where the story goes. I'm gonna read for a little bit now. I'm not sure how much I'll get done this evening before I go to sleep. But yeah, no overall thoughts. I just wanted to come on and tell you guys about the book in case you haven't heard about it ever, because you're learning with me. My Kindle needs to charge. My Kindle charger gone. False alarm, guys, don't worry, I found it. Let's get to reading now. Good morning, just watching Bessie Meg on live. I'm just going to mute her while I talk to you guys. So I am about to make my morning matcha. This is honestly something that I have been hyperfixating on at the minute. I just love it. And it's just like a fun process to make as well. I can't describe it. So reading update, I read last night, obviously you saw, and then a little bit this morning. Let me grab my Kindle. And I believe, from what I can remember, I'm on 59% of the way through Practice Makes Perfect now. Yeah, so 59%, I am on page 196. So I have been flying through it. I will say, like, it's not blowing me away, but there's something about it. I'm like eating it up. Will is such a good character. I feel like I've highlighted a lot on my Kindle, and a lot of the things he says is just so sweet, because he is this like burly, muscular, tattooed bodyguard. You wouldn't expect him to be this like sweet guy. But yeah, that's kind of all I've got to say. Like, it's slowly progressing, and I'm kind of scared to see how it's gonna go, just because I'm like, oh, is the third act breakup gonna be good, or not good, but like entertaining? Because something cringy really did just happen as well. Like, you know, like the small town neighborhood vibes that you get in books. They basically just signed a petition that Annie and Will need to stay away from each other, and that just kind of like, it took me out of the story a little bit, because that just seemed a little bit too far-fetched for me and a little bit silly. But I'm gonna push that aside and not let it affect my feelings of the book, because I am really enjoying it. Where's my whisk? Oh, this is the best bit. I feel like I'm like a scientist. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm probably going to finish it maybe in like before lunchtime, I'm hoping anyway, and then we can get Chat GPT to pick my next one. I honestly think I might get it to pick one from my March TBR, just to make sure that I'm gonna get through it, because I feel like recently I haven't been getting through my TBRs. I've just kind of been like filming a video and setting one and then just reading whatever I want, because YOLO. But yeah, this, honestly, since having this like matcha kit, I have been just wanting to get up in the morning and drink it. It's such a good thing to do for me to look forward to. And if you haven't tried matcha, do it, because I thought I would hate it for so long, and then I was like, oh, love it. The one that I use is Perfect Head. It's like the vanilla bean matcha. Highly recommend. And I got my little whisking kit from Amazon. Yeah, it's definitely a breath of fresh air reading a like fluffy small town romance again, because it's been a while, and the last one I read was the Paisley Hope one. Is it like Saving the Reins or something like that? Holding the Reins, that's it, by Paisley Hope, and I didn't like that. Oh, it was like super cringe for me. I'm excited that I am enjoying a new author as well, obviously my first Sarah Adams book. Yummy. Yeah, I'm also really hoping that our main female character, Annie, starts standing up for herself, because all of her siblings just see her as this like really cute, small, petite, soft thing that can't do anything. So I'm like, girl, stand up yourself. You're a strong, independent woman. Let's sit and finish Practice Makes Perfect. back and I have finished Practice Makes Perfect on the Kindle, of course, and I am pleasantly surprised. I don't know why I went into it thinking that I wasn't going to like it was going to be cringe. I don't know if maybe I had this like pre-feeling of Sarah Adams, and it just goes to show like pick up books that you maybe you don't think you'll like, or you haven't heard kind of other people raving about, because it was so fun. I really love our main character Will. As I've already mentioned, he was a sweetheart, and I think there's something really special about seeing that like cold, hard, withdrawn male character softening for the right girl. And yeah, I've settled on a 4-star for that book, so thank you Chat GPT for picking that one. It was a good one to start this video off with. And I thought for the next book, I have 4 books left on my TBR for March, so I thought I would list them all for Chat GPT, and I'm going to get it to pick one of those books for my next read, just so I'm also moving through my TBR as well as finding new reads that I wouldn't normally pick up. So if you've seen my TBR video for March, you would have seen them already, but I've got Nightbane by Alex Astor, The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins, and then I Remember Paris by Lucy Diamond. So let's crack up open ChatGPT and give it an ask. I have got them ready to be copy and pasted as well, just so it's a bit quicker. And I will try and screen record properly this time because it didn't seem to work last time, so I had to screenshot it, so apologies for that as well. And honestly, I don't even know which of these books I would even want to come up, if I'm being honest, because I'm not really sure what I'm in the mood for, so I think it's good when you can just get someone else to pick it for you. Hi Chat, can you pick one of these books off my TBR for me to read next? And then we'll just paste that into it. And I wonder what it's going to pick. It said that's a solid TBR if you're in the mood for, it's giving me loads of options for it. Please choose one. Go with The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. It's emotional and gripping, and Yarros knows how to hit you right in the feels. Perfect if you're ready for a heartfelt read. Okay, I'm kind of happy about this one because I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood to get emotional, and I'm really excited to read a book by Rebecca that isn't fantasy, because obviously I've only read the Empyrean series so far, so that's The Fourth Wing, Iron Flame and Onyx Storm. Loved the series so much, if I'm being honest, so I'm excited to see her writing in a different genre, so let's begin. Little reading update of The Last Letter. I have gotten to page 179, so I have made quite a big dent. I'm nearly halfway through the story now, and my thought so far is, am I a little bit bored? Maybe. The premise is we have our 2 main characters, Ella and Beckett, and they've basically been brought together by a letter. So Beckett is in the army, and he actually knows Ella's brother, who sadly passes away at the start of this book, and he leaves Beckett this letter being like, oh, can make sure you go and look after my sister. She has 2 kids and one of them is actually really poorly. She has this thing called neuroblastoma, so it's like, I think tumours and things kind of grow within her body. She's, yeah, very sick. And they also have been almost like pen pals for each other. So Beckett and Ella have been writing letters because Ryan, her brother, thought Beckett could use some kind of friendship and love as well, because he's grown up, he's from like the care system, he doesn't really have any family and any attachment to any person. So I'm now at the point where Beckett has gone to this small town where Ella lives, and he's kind of put himself into her life. However, he hasn't told her that he is the man from those letters. I don't really know why. It's kind of bugging me, like why couldn't he just be honest from the start? And I feel like I have an idea of where the story's going to go and where our dilemma is going to come up at some point, and I just feel like hopefully it's not too predictable. But overall, I just feel like when I'm in Beckett's POV, I'm just not enjoying the way that he's talking. I feel like that's the issue that I'm having with this story. Like, I'm not really a fan of like Insta love, and since that first letter, he's like obsessed with Ella, and she hasn't yet. I guess like as someone who doesn't really get love or an appreciation, you probably would grasp onto the first kind of affection that you get. But that's my thought so far of the book. I'm hoping to finish this today. So I'm on page 179 and there is 468 in the book. So we'll see, maybe I'll get it done, maybe I won't, but just had some lunch, gone out to the shops, so I'm gonna sit and read, and I'm hoping that I'll get more invested in the characters. I think that's what I'm lacking, is that kind of love for them. I'm not really rooting for them at this stage. Like Ella, definitely, but Beckett, not so much. Something about him is just like grating me, it's not sitting right. I think it's just the fact that he's lied to her from the start, that he isn't who he says he is, but we will see. I'm coming at you with an extremely raw reaction to this book. I don't know if you can tell, you probably can't, my jumper was wet. I don't normally cry over books, and I've just been crying. The ending of this is so sad. I feel like we spent the whole time in Ella's POV like fighting, and like they finally have a happy moment, and then suddenly like the unexpected happens, and it's absolutely heartbreaking. I actually don't even know what I can rate this, but because I wasn't feeling the book, you know, for the majority of it, but that last bit just got me. And like, did Rebecca Yarros do that on purpose to upset me? Probably. I don't even know. I'm putting this back on because I look gross. I don't even know what to say about it. I feel like originally, like probably like at the halfway point, I was going to be like, yeah, probably like a 3-star. But the things that this has just made me feel, I think it has to be a 4. It has to be. I don't know. I might sit on it and then maybe change it with my wrap up at the end of the month, but I think for now we're giving it 4-star. I don't think it was 5 because I wasn't, even though I cried, like I feel like most people would probably cry over it, I wasn't like fully obsessed from the start, if that makes sense. But very enjoyable read, Rebecca Yarros, and you are a talented queen for being able to write the Empyrean series and something like this so different. Definitely need to pick up some of her other books. If she has any more, I don't even know, I need to look at her backlog. But obviously with that one being done, it's time to pick our final book of the week. So we need to load up Chat GPT and see what we're gonna get. I was thinking of asking it to pick me like a shorter book because I want to get this video out in like 2 days time. So maybe I could ask for a book that is like under 350 pages, and I might even ask for one that's also on Kindle Unlimited, maybe like a romantasy, because I feel like we've had 2 kind of romancy books so far this week. What did I read first? Oh yeah, practice makes perfect. So let's ask Chat, can you pick a romantasy book for me that is on Kindle Unlimited and under 350 pages. Let's see what it comes up with. Probably going to give me options like it normally does. Certainly, here are some romantasy books available. So we've got Fierce Heart. I'm seeing Arranged Marriage, Human Princess, Elven Prince. Kind of sounds good. We've got The Orc and the Innkeeper. Oh, that one looks really good. It's kind of giving like the similar kind of vibe to Legends and Lattes, like the art on the cover. Then we have Forged by Magic. That's a half orc one. Quicksilver. Is that under 350 pages? And Tasma. I've seen so much about those two. Do I read Quicksilver? I need to double check. It says 624 pages. Why is Chat GPT giving me that? I'm just going to ask it to please pick one. Okay, so chat has chosen Fierce Heart. This is by Terry Grace and it sounds like a great pick. It is a romantasy featuring an arranged marriage between a human princess and an elven prince. It has a slow burn romance, a sunshiny heroine and a protective hero with a touch of humour like a magical shampoo joke. Okay, can't wait to see what that's about. Plus it is a closed door romance, so it focuses more on emotional connection than spice. This could be perfect for me. It's available on Kindle Unlimited and has under 350 pages. Perfect for a cozy but engaging read. I'm excited. Let's go start it right now. Hello, okay, so I have now gotten to page 66 of Fierce Heart and I'm really liking it. I feel like it's been a while since I've read a fantasy book, even though it hasn't been that long. I just think because I've had like a week of romance, this is a nice breath of fresh air. But basically the premise of this story is that our main character Essie is a human, and in order to kind of stop a war and do an alignment of different kingdoms, she has to marry a prince named Farandal. So he's this like deadly, broody elven warrior. And where I'm at right now, she's determined to make the most of her situation. Like, she doesn't want to sit and mope around, but he's not really helping. He's very broody and like doesn't really say much to her. She'll get like one-word answers back. But yeah, so far, I know obviously opinions on the story itself, just the fact that I haven't been too bored and it wasn't too overwhelming coming into it. We kind of just got thrown straight into it, which I kind of liked. I feel like it's not one to take extremely seriously. It's just going to be like a fun read that I'm not expecting too much of, but maybe it will surprise me. I've just hit the 50% mark of Fierce Heart and I feel like I'm slowly flying through it. To be honest, the book is only 250 or 60 pages. So I feel like I'm already on page 129 and it just doesn't kind of feel like much has happened and I'm already halfway through. I do know there is a second one, so maybe this book is more just, I feel like this book maybe might just be like more introducing us to the world and the characters, or unless a lot is going to happen in this second half. But I will say, like, it's kind of giving like cozy fantasy at the minute. Like, it's not high stakes at all. I will say, like, our male main character Farandal, he has gone off to like fight trolls, but yeah, I feel like it's just an easy, cozy read so far. I haven't had to think too much about it, and we are slowly uncovering some of Farandal's past as well. So there's a lot of his upbringing which is coming to the light, and that's really interesting to read about. But I wouldn't say like I have a connection to either of the characters so far. They're pretty cute, to be honest. Like, they've obviously had this arranged marriage and they're kind of working out their dynamics between each other and kind of what they should do or what they want to do, because they obviously like attracted to each other. And I just really like that we haven't had any spice so far as well. I think sometimes it's really rushed in romantasy and it comes across really cringe, so I'm glad the author has kind of withstood that so far, just because it just wouldn't make sense because that connection just isn't there between the two characters yet. I'm gonna sit now and finish this. So yeah, it says page 129 of 257. I'm gonna sit and finish this. I am in bed on a Saturday afternoon because Eduardo's gone to work. I've got no one to talk to and it's pretty chilly. So I've come in, I've just filmed a few TikToks. I'll put my TikTok here if you guys want to follow it. Don't know if you guys kind of look at bookish content on multiple platforms. Let's finish this book and maybe our thoughts will change or we'll come to an overall conclusion. But right now it's just sitting at like a mid book. Like, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It's just, it is what it is. Finished up Fierce Heart and I will say I'm pleasantly surprised. It was fun. It was quite low stakes. There obviously was like a battle scene within it, but you kind of knew it wasn't like I feel like it's not a book where you fall so in love with the characters that you're like, oh my word, like please don't anything bad happen to them. It kind of reminded me of a similar vibe to, say, like Legends and Lattes. Definitely less chill than that one, but like the way that it read, it was just really easy, and I feel as if it'd be a really good book for someone that's getting into romantasy, just because there is like no world building really. Like, we're introduced to the humans, elves and trolls, however you don't need to understand like the politics of the worlds to kind of understand the story. So I think I'm like settling on like a 3-star, like middle of the road, as I said kind of earlier. And I'm really happy that I got to read it, because I've read so many books this week that I would not have picked up if it wasn't for CHAT GPT, so big up Chat. That does bring me to the end of this reading vlog, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. It's something very different, and I think I definitely will do it again, because I feel like it really has given me like a boost of motivation to read something that's been picked for me in that way. And I like it as well because some of the picks are obviously tailored to what I'm feeling on the day, so it's really good. And I do recommend using Chat GPT to maybe pick your next read, so let me know if you ever used it or if you plan to, and don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see my face again. And I shall see you guys in the next one. See ya!